It's almost time for kids' time. We're gonna be late.
It's time to share. There's a world out there looking for a friend like Jesus. It's time to share. There's a world out there. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Kids time. Kids time. Kids time.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm having a great day today, are you? We all have different ideas about what it means to have a really good day. For some of us, a good day is when something exciting happens or we get to do fun things. For others, a good day is when we don't have to do our chores or we get to visit our friends. I know a story about a girl who had a really good day. Out of all the beautiful girls in the kingdom, she was chosen to be queen. Can you imagine the excitement she felt when the crown was placed on her head? What she didn't know was that God was really the one who had chosen her because he had a very special job for her to do. Boys and girls, God has chosen you too. Someday he will place crowns on our heads and we will live with him in heaven forever. Aren't you excited about that day? I can't wait. Well, right now, let's get ready for, hey Max, Max, are you gonna wake up? You don't wanna miss Nature Time.
Welcome to Nature Time. Have you ever swam with a stingray? Well, today we're going to be with Dr. Guy Harvard, and he's taking us to Stingray City. Come on. We've got like an 80-pound stingray. This is a female, right, Dr. Guy?
Absolutely, yep, big female.
Wow, and there's a big barb on the back of it. And so you said that when you go to feed them, they have like a suction. You don't want to get your hands in there.
They do. Their mouth is on the underside of their head.
Okay.
They feed on the bottom. And they use these big sparkles behind the eyes to breathe through and spin around a little bit.
That's huge.
Yep. But in our study, we had to weigh and measure all these animals, take DNA samples, and every one of them has a little pit tag in them like a dog has. Okay. So that when we catch them again, we know when they were caught, when they were tagged, how much they weighed, how they've grown since then. We got a perfect history on all these animals. I'm going to let her go because she's a little bit pesky.
Kids, isn't that amazing? Dr. Guy, share a little bit about this again. I see these, are they gills or what are there holes in the back of the eyes there?
That's a good question. Because they're really flattened sharks, they live on the bottom.
Okay.
They don't want to suck sand up through their mouth, so they suck water in from the spiracle, which is behind the eye here. Okay. And so they blow it out of the mouth into the sand. They also use it to excavate when they're looking for food. They excavate the sand. They sense something is living under the sand, and because of their electronic sensors, and they dig it out basically and then suck it down. And
that is so neat. And I noticed it too, that hopefully the camera will get on that, but there's a little flap in there that will shut down.
Absolutely. It controls the water flow through the gills. Yep. But remember, these are nighttime predators, so they're normally foraging at nighttime.
Okay.
The little thing we've done here is change their feeding habits, because they're feeding here in the daytime. They tend to shut down at night and do very little.
Now, so they breathe, do they have to come up on top, or do they?
No,
or
they can breathe sitting on the bottom.
They can breathe sitting on the bottom.
And in fact, sometimes in the daytime when they're not moving around that much, they cover themselves with sand as protection from their predators like tiger sharks.
Wow, that is so neat. Now, you said they have these kind of sensors.
They do.
They can see, almost feel, or is it they feel, or how does that work?
They detect the electronic signal from a prey item hidden under the sand, like the heartbeat of a conch or a lobster or a shrimp. And if it's buried in the sand, they blow the sand away using a water jet through their mouth, and they catch the animal and move on.
So they can actually sense this if this animal under the sand.
Absolutely.
That is absolutely amazing. So what else have you got here? That I noticed that this back is kind of a almost like an alligator. You know,
Yeah.
it's a ridge like.
But they got some spines along their back. In fact, this tail is bitten off again by a shark.
Yeah, okay.
But the spines on their back are also for defense.
Okay.
And the big spine on the tail is just one of these thorny spines. They got 2 or 3 lines of them here, but otherwise you see the skin is very smooth.
Yeah, it's just as smooth as can be. It's slippery too.
It is.
I can't hardly keep a hold of it.
Yeah, and of course they're dark on the back for camouflage. They're grayish brown. So when you're looking down on them, you know, they're kind of camouflaged against the background.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they use sand sometimes to smother themselves if they're on a sandy bottom like this.
And the underside of them is almost just really white.
It is white, like all animals in the sea. The belly will be white. But the males and females live here together. They pop over at these different points in shallow water around, not far away from the sandbar. And the babies are a perfectly formed miniature of the adults. They're like replicas.
Just replicas.
They're miniature. Well, you know, in the open ocean, there are lots of guys who like to eat those baby rays, so they got to be able to leave, you know?
Wow. Dr. Guy, what a blessing it's been for you to be with us. There it goes.
Yep.
Kids, this has been fantastic, hasn't it? Remember, Nature's God's second book. So you got to get out there and take a look. Let's go find some more of those stingrays.
They're awesome.
There they are.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm glad that you joined us, and I think we're going to have some fun with some eggs. Have you ever seen an egg? Yeah! Okay, I don't think you've ever seen eggs like we have eggs today, and I've got some helpers right here. Now, let's see. Now, Trinity, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math. Why math?
Because it makes my mind start working and it's easy for me.
Wow, that's cool, isn't it? That's good for your mind, I think so. And we've got Allison over here. Now, Allison, do you play an instrument?
Yes, I play the piano and the violin.
Piano and violin. I love both of those. That's nice to be able to play an instrument. Then we have Zach way over there. Now, Zach, what is your favorite thing to do?
Swimming.
Swimming. And where do you like to swim?
In a pool.
In a pool. Hey, that's refreshing, isn't it? Hey, let's get our helpers to come up here. Let's find out what we've got. First of all, what are we going to wear? What are we going to put on?
Safety glasses!
We're going to put on safety glasses. So go ahead and get a pair of safety glasses. We're going to put those on today because we're using some, what? Chemicals, right? You want to get chemicals in your eyes?
No.
Not a good idea. Okay, what are those things in front of us, guys?
Eggs.
They're eggs, that's right. Now, eggs are interesting because they come from, where do they come from?
Chickens.
They come from chickens. Now, what I have right here is I've got an egg. Now, this one here has a shell on it. Now, why do eggs have to have shells? What do you think?
So they won't break.
So they won't break because somebody sits on the eggs. Who sits on an egg?
The chicken.
The chicken does. Well, what we're going to do here today is I'm going to take this egg, and it's a raw egg, right? And it's very hard, and the outside coating of this egg is very hard, and it's calcium carbonate. And it's very hard. In fact, we find calcium in our bones, don't we? And in our body. Now, what I have right here, this is, can you read that? What is that?
Vinegar.
It's vinegar. That's interesting. Hey, do you eat acid?
Yes.
Well, you know, we eat acid if we're having some vinegar, and sometimes we put that on our food. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some vinegar right inside of this beaker, and I've got my egg in here, and let's just watch it just for a second right here, and let's find out what happens right here. What do you see happening? Well, look at the egg, very, very close. What do you see coming out of the egg?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. That's interesting to me. We're having a little reaction right here, actually, because the vinegar is reacting with a calcium carbonate. And it's just bubbling away. In other words, we're trying to it's actually getting rid of some of that calcium carbonate. Would that be good if the egg got very, very weak?
No.
No, because what would happen when the chicken sat on it?
It break.
It'd break, not a good idea. So what we've done right here with this experiment, and let's see, let me move this over here so that you can have an egg too. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to, can you pick up this egg for me? That one right there? Now, it's interesting because if we look at this egg, let me turn it so it's just right. No, go ahead, you can hold it. Look at there. Can you see that we got kind of a clear section and we have kind of a white section? What's happening is that that vinegar is taking that calcium off of the egg. And we can kind of see down in through it. Why don't you pick up this one right here, Zachary, and look at that one right here. In fact, what does it feel like, Zach?
Jello.
Feels like Jello, that's right, because it's not hard anymore. How about the last one? This has been 7 days, and we've put those eggs in. And this is like day 1, this is like day 3, and this is like day 7. Isn't that cool? Hey, hold that up so we can all see that. Can you see something that looks kind of yellowish in the center?
Yes.
What do you suppose that is?
The yolk.
The yolk. That's absolutely right. It's a yolk. Hey, let's look at that egg right here. That's cool. That is the yolk, isn't it? Now look at this egg. Now, does it look bigger than that one?
Yeah.
It looked bigger because you know what happened? That vinegar, it goes past what we call a permeable membrane, and it's soaking up the vinegar inside. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Now, you know what I'm going to do next? What I'm going to do is I'm going to break this open because it's rubber now, isn't it? It's really rubbery. Look how rubbery that is. We're going to try to open that just like this and see what happens if we... Oh! Whoa! It spilled... Oh, look! What's this in my hand? It's a membrane. It's a membrane underneath that shell because we don't have a shell anymore. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Now, I wonder why eggs have to be so strong.
So the chicken can sit on them.
That's exactly right. You know, there are foods that can help us to be strong. You know, our bodies need to be strong, don't they?
Yes.
Now, our bones have calcium in our bones, and they need to be strong, don't they? That's right. But you know what? Sometimes we drink things and we eat things that can deplete calcium out of our body, like carbonated drinks, and that's not good to have a lot of those, is it? Not a good idea. But you know, God put enough calcium in the egg so it's very, very strong. He put calcium in our bodies so that we can grow and we can be strong too. And you know, that is a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
God thought of everything that we need and the animals need. You know, every time we learn more about science, we learn more about our Creator, God.
We meet at last. It's, Esther, I believe.
Yes, and you are?
I am Princess Chloe, and this is Princess Phoebe.
Well, it's very nice to meet you both. I'm so glad that I came to the King's Gardens today.
Well, I've been in the King's Gardens and the palace for a very long time, and I know what goes on around here. And I know that most people do not have a personal eunuch.
Well, Oh, Abigail! I heard you were summoned by the king. What happened? Are you okay?
No, it was horrible. He didn't even look at me. As soon as he saw me, he dismissed me. What am I gonna do?
Oh, Abigail, I'm so sorry. Abigail.
Esther, I believe Haggai is here to see you.
Esther, the king has summoned you. We must leave for the royal dressing room immediately.
Oh, Haggai. Hey, Tech, meet me back in my quarters.
Esther, look at this beautiful gown. This green would be really nice with your eyes.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You don't like it too well, I can see. Oh, this one. This one has silver on it. And did you see? It has a beautiful sleeve. It just flows. That would be so pretty.
Hey, Guy. You've been around palace life for so long, and you've seen many maidens go before the king. I don't know what the king would like. I don't know what he'd want me to wear. Would you be so kind as to choose for me, Haggai?
Esther, I have hopes for so long that you would allow me to make your choice for you. I would be glad to.
Hey, Guy, this one. This is beautiful.
No.
Did you see
Not that.
those beautiful sleeves?
Another.
Another?
I
This
have
one.
reviewed the dresses. The red one, please.
The red. Oh.
One with the gold.
Oh,
red and
Haggai,
gold one.
it's beautiful.
That dress is perfect. In that, you will sparkle like the stars in the heavens and be so beautiful. The king will not be able to take his eyes off you. I know what will impress the king.
That's true. This is beautiful. This is the one for you.
Thank you, Haggai. I just love it.
Oh, and also, we can have some jewel.
No, no.
No? Well, I have something just right. Here, this one, this one, this one.
Oh, choose another.
Another.
Your Majesty, in our search for another queen, another maiden has arrived to bring before you.
How much more of this can I take?
But one more woman.
No more women! You bring me beautiful women. They're painted with enough paint to redo the entire palace.
This one can sing.
Sing! The last one that you said could sing scared the cattle on the hillside.
But this one can sing well.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm weary of this.
One more.
One more. One more. One more. One more.
Esther from the king's harem enters.
Yes, come forward. Where have you been hiding her? Why have I not seen her before?
Your Majesty, there is a time for every purpose under the heavens. A time to meet and a time to depart. A time to speak and a time to be silent.
Can it be? Can it be true that she not only has beauty, but wisdom as well? You're not like the others. There is a difference to this one. She speaks, and I can understand. It's not like a babbling brook. Truly, you are a quality maiden. There is none like you in all the land, for we have searched. And you are truly beautiful.
Oh, Your Majesty, I'm unworthy of such kindness.
This is the very quality that we have searched for a queen. Haman, bring me the queen's crown.
Yes, Your Majesty, with pleasure.
From this day forward, throughout all of my kingdom, you shall be known as Queen Esther. Bow down and pay homage to Queen Esther.
Long live Queen Esther!
Long live Queen Esther! Now prepare the banquet hall, for we shall have a feast for Queen Esther, and everyone is invited.
My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiworks too. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you.
Hi, boys and girls. It's time for Miss Brenda's Book of the Day. And today's book is called Miss Brenda's Bedtime Stories. And that's right, this book is by Miss Brenda. And it's not just my stories, boys and girls. It's full of stories from best-selling authors that I've invited to be part of the book project. So when you get inside, you will see an author page, and you'll see all the different authors that are I have contributed to this particular book. This one is volume 1, and I can tell you that it's full of beautiful colored pictures. I want to just show you. Look at how we've got Forgotten Lunch and Help Save Me, Snakes Alive, Almost Perfect Picture, The Unmailed Letter. So many stories, boys and girls, that you're going to love. And in fact, there's one story in here I can't wait for you to read about. I think it's going to be one of your favorite. I know it's mine. This one is about Maxwell, the Kids' Time dog. And I really think you're going to love it, because the secret of why Maxwell is so sleepy, look at him, he's sleeping right there already. I just started the program and he's sound asleep. Look at that. But the secret of why Maxwell is such a sleepy dog is in the story. It's in volume 1 of Miss Brenda's Bedtime Stories. Miss Brenda's Bedtime Stories, volume 1. Well, I'm excited to have this time to spend with you today. I have received so many cards and letters and emails from you, and so many of them are saying, Miss Brenda, please read more of our mail. We love sharing time, and we want to hear the letters. So today's program, we are going to just share letters together from all of our viewers around the world. And so let's start. I'm just going to start with a few letters here, and this one is from Katie, and it's from Calver, let's see, Indiana, it looks like. And Katie has she's got a pretty card, and here's her picture right here, boys and girls. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, I like watching Kids Time very much. It says, I share Jesus by giving out Bible studies with my dad. I also share Jesus by helping my mommy take care of the church members who are bedridden. God bless you, Katie. And I'm 7 years old. See, I have another letter. This one is from Australia. And let's see who's writing to me from Australia. Oh, we've got a picture. Let's see, this says, Dear Miss Brenda. It says, let me see. This is a picture of a dog. And here we got a picture, a real pretty girl here. I'll put this one up first. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, greetings in Jesus' name, and joy of the Lord is your strength. That's right, he is. It says, I would be glad if you could give each of your different activity books for me to use, and also could I share some with my family. I share Jesus by letting my friends play with my preferred toy. I also share him by singing and playing the guitar, piano, and violin. I'm 9 years old, and I'm turning 10 this month. I'm homeschooled, and I like reading books, and I have 2 cats and a dog. My cat's name is Ginger, and his daughter's name is Whiskers. It says, my dog's name is Bessie, and she is so cute. One day, I can't wait to meet you, Miss Brenda, in heaven. Blessings, Rachel Ann. Rachel Ann, I can't wait to meet you in heaven, too. And here's a picture of Mr. Whiskers right there, or Ginger, whatever it is, and there's her dog, Bessie. Look at that. Isn't Bessie cute? Okay, let's see. I have another letter over here, and this one is from Jamaica. And we get lots of letters we got a lot of viewers in Jamaica, and I love hearing from you, boys and girls. Let's see, there's a picture. And I'll read the letter first. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, I'm Kelly Ann from the island of Jamaica in the West Indies, and I was just baptized. I share Jesus by being an example for others to follow and letting them see Jesus in me. That is a wonderful way to witness, boys and girls. I enjoy watching Kids Time and Kids Time Praise, too. Actually, I love them both. There is a picture of my brother and me at the back of this letter. I love Kids Time and keep making Kids Time programs. Love, from Kelly. Well, thank you, Kelly, and let's see, here's the picture, I think, of your brother and you right there. And looks like you printed one off on the computer, so it's not as clear, but I think we can still see you down there. Thank you so much for writing to us. One more right over here I've got from St. Lucia, and let's see what you have to say from St. Lucia. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, my name is Sia S-I-A-H. I'm not sure how to say that. I'm 8 years old and I live in St. Lucia. I love to watch Kids Time. My favorite program too is Kids Time Praise, and I love to read the Bible. I love to attend church with my mom and dad and my brother. Please keep making Kids Time programs. I love Kids Time. Love Sia. And I don't know if it's S-I-A-H how you pronounce it, but I thank you for writing. That's all the time we have today. Until next time, it's Kids Time to share Jesus.